Yes, people, yes, people, yes, people. Welcome back to the We Talk Football podcast. Now, first of all, for anyone that's not subscribed, anyone that's not liking our videos, please do that now. You can do that instantly, and then we'll get on with the video. Thank you. Anyway, we're being joined by Louis today. We're going to talk a little bit about the Champions League games that are happening tonight. Chelsea being the primary motive. What do we think is going to happen, boys?
I mean, I'm backing a win. I think we're all hoping for a reaction after the weekend.
What happened on the weekend? What happened on the weekend for anyone that doesn't know?
A calamity. Chelsea were playing West Brom at home and were 1-0 up until, I think about the 33rd minute, around then. Thiago Silva, second yellow. And then a capitulation.
Wait,
basically.
sorry, was that Thiago Silva got sent off?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Top centre-back though, yeah?
Well, I mean...
West Ham will take him with a heartbeat. West Ham will take him with a heartbeat.
No, guys, I missed the game. I've been off the radar for a few days. I'm just trying to catch up. What happened? Thiago Silva got sent off first half. Carry on. What was the end score?
I can fill you in. So it finished 5-2.
Sorry, my headphones cut out there. What was that? Sorry.
5-2
to Chelsea.
Painful. Yeah, I mean, I really, really can't wait for us to run this back come the end of the season, Jay.
I'm just checking.
Yeah.
You say 5-2. Chelsea won 5-2. Was that?
Chelsea lost 5-2 to West Brom.
To who?
Chelsea are going to finish fourth and take that top four spot that you are so comfortably gassed about.
Okay.
Declan Rice has been busy online, absolutely begging it with world-class players.
Because spending 300 million in the transfer window, finishing fourth is a good season. That's great. Anyway, midweek Champions League game, boys. You've got Porto. Kwaku did for anyone that hasn't seen it last week. Kwaku did a video for Booze Fans TV saying 5 reasons why Chelsea would beat West Brom. And I've just
still on this. Are we still on this?
What are 5 reasons that Chelsea are going to beat Porto tonight? Do you guys want to chime in there?
Oh, 5 reasons off the dome. I mean, off the dome, I'm not feeling very confident right now in regard to this. Well, to be fair, the system's solid. Obviously, a couple of sloppy passes at the weekend put Thiago Silva in a bad position. The second one, just reckless, shouldn't be jumping in like that. But again, as you say, a world-class player has only played, I think, half an hour of football in the last 2 months as a result of that, and he walked. Does he start tonight? I think is the big question, first and foremost. There's very much a toss-up for whether Christensen gets to come in. I think Christensen, in regard to comparison with Thiago Silva and Thiago in the team, obviously has benefited from Tuchel coming in massively, as Thiago Silva's been out for quite a bit of that period. But he has a better win percentage in a back three than Thiago this season. The pass completion rate's not too far off. Christensen's very comfortable in the ball. One more aerial duels, which I think Porto are missing their top 2 goal scorers this season. And I can imagine that it might become a slightly physical game when you think about the big man that they have at the back, our boy Pepe. So I can imagine if that physicality comes into it. Christensen, although we wouldn't think of him as a physical player, has come out in terms of, as I say, duels won a lot more comfortably than Thiago Silva. And I suppose that's because he understands the ins and outs of the Premier League a little bit more and body positioning, etc. But yeah, there's very much a case to be made that he's probably the more comfortable defender in this given game, this given situation where Thiago Silva's hardly played any football. So, I mean, that's a big question to be asked. What are your thoughts, Quakes?
I think we're going to win this game. I think it's going to be pretty comfortable as well. I think the loss against West Brom was kind of the best thing that could have happened to us in terms of a kick up the backside, because we have been a little bit complacent in terms of every game we go into, we expect to win. Even the games against the top sides, like against Atletico, both legs predicted a win. Against Liverpool like predicting a win, against Everton predicting a win. So like it was good to kind of rejig us and refocus our attention. And I do think we're going to go win this game quite comfortably. Like you say, Porto without one of the key players in Sergio Oliveira, who's scored like 18 goals from midfield this season. And I feel like we've got enough talent, we've got enough, our squad's deep enough to kind of deal with anything that Porto can come at us with. It's a game for Olivier Giroud, in my opinion, especially with Pepe kind of being rejuvenated and being that kind of physical defender that we all recognise from Real Madrid. I think Olivier Giroud would be perfect in a game like this. And I see Chelsea winning this game 2-0. I don't really see... I know we're all worried because we had that poor performance against West Brom, but I think we are just better than Porto. I'm going to show it tonight.
Would you say Chelsea have a better squad than Juventus?
Yeah, I would.
You would. I mean,
player for player, probably.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Juventus. Sure. I mean that's potatoes potatoes, isn't it? Like,
would you?
For me, I think. Well, if you was going to name a starting 11, I think there would be a comfortable mixture of both teams in there. I don't think it's probably as clear cut as you guys. I don't think any of us could probably name like 5 Juventus. Okay, my point is over 2 legs. Porto managed to get over the line against Juventus. Juventus has no pushovers, and I think to assume that you're going to go into a game with Porto because they have. Do you
think we're going to win?
Do I think you're going to win?
Yeah.
I think. So far this year, the English clubs have looked by far the strongest clubs in the in the tournament, other than Liverpool last night losing to Real Madrid. Man City bossed that game. I think Chelsea will go into this game expecting a win, but I don't think it's. I don't think at this point in the Champions League there's no pushovers, and I don't think to expect to win because the team's missing their players.
That fence is awfully comfy. Do you think we're going to win this game?
Do I think you're going to win this game?
Yeah.
I reckon.
he can't bring himself to say it. I think going to win this game. You had the question.
Standard Kwaku not allowing someone to respond within 4 milliseconds. Can I finish? Can I finish?
Oh, go on.
Right, okay. I think Chelsea will come home with a win, but I don't think it's going to be as clean cut as what you are saying. I think Porto obviously have been, well, to describe Pepe in a Kwaku way, Pepe was imperious against Juventus in the last game, and I think he's one of their key players. And if he plays to the level that he has been in the league and obviously in the Champions League, then I don't think it's going to be as easy for Chelsea as you guys are expecting, especially when, you are finding yourself having to find goals from midfield and, like when Timo Werner's not finishing goals and you haven't got Tammy Abraham available and you're having to rely on Giroud, I think, I think goals are going to be a sparsity in the game, Me saying that it's going to be a 3-0 game to Chelsea now. You watch, but I can see it being a tougher game. Yeah, I can see it being a tougher game. Anyway, let's go predicted lineups. Anyway, Quakes, start with this one. Who do you think is going to start in goal?
All right, in goal, I'll just run through it real quick. In goal, Mendy. Back 3 of Rudiger, Christensen, and Azpilicueta. Left wing back, I'd like to say Ben Chilwell. Right wing back, I'd like to see Hudson-Odoi. In the middle, I'd like to see Kovacic and Kante, and in the front 3, I want to see Mason Mount, Olivier Giroud, and Hakim Ziyech. That's my team personally.
So Ziyech on the left, Mount on the right, yeah.
Doesn't really matter. They interchange kind of like they switch around.
I'm in agreement with Quakes, but I think potentially there could be a curveball in maybe Tammy Abraham starting. And I'm not entirely sure Kante will start. It depends how fit he is. Yeah. And again, also, there is a lot to be said for, I know we're counting Thiago out because he hasn't played that much football and he got sent off for the weekend. Guy absolutely ran the Champions League final last year. I know they lost, but it was a very, very tight game. He was quality. Do you need that big game now? Arguably, we really, really do. We need that game management. So he could very much be starting. It's, from my perspective, a toss-up. Also, just want to give, on a completely different note, a shout out to Jamie Carragher and his rant at Gary Neville, was it on Monday Night Football, about how it is embarrassing that he would take Kieran Trippier over Trent Alexander-Arnold to the Euros. And I want to thank Trent for giving us a fine example of why he shouldn't go. Calamitous last night.
Do you know
Assist
what?
in Asensio.
Do you know
Like,
what? I see both sides of their arguments.
100%, because Trent's a baller, but like, come on, he's a right back.
The thing is, Trent is by far the best right back in world football. Quite clearly, when it's going forward.
In terms of talent and ability,
talent and ability, and even his ceiling
going forward.
Look at his age. You know, he could even improve from now. I think the point that Gary Neville was trying to get at, I think he was talking from his team, and Jamie Carragher was like a dog with a bone, not allowing things to go. I think there is value in what Gary Neville was saying. I would take Trent, but to expect Trent to play the same way for Liverpool, and then when we play a completely different style for England, that doesn't translate. You know, like that's what Gary Neville was saying. You know, England are going to have to play very pragmatic football at times to win a tournament. We're going to have to rely heavily on set pieces, just like Gary Neville said. And Liverpool don't play that way. They have a different play style. I think that's, whether I agree with that or not, I think that's the angle he was going with. But last night, even Trent last night, I don't know if you guys saw it, when it was 2-1, Trent put the ball in with the outside of his foot, deep in the Real Madrid half, went back post. Jota missed a goal, you know, a golden chance. So he has abilities. By far the best right back, you know. But Quake, jump in.
Yeah, I don't know. I obviously I like to laugh at Jamie Carragher, but if Gary Neville's point, I didn't really see it in full. But if Gary Neville's point was that we're gonna have to rely on set pieces, I think Trent's probably the best person from dead balls in this country.
I think
it's a more defensive, pragmatic style that England are going to have to play.
This is a completely different conversation. But then if we're going with England going to go over a pragmatic style, we're not going to win anything. We've got some of the best young attacking talents in the world. So if that's Gary Neville's point in terms of going for pragmatic football, then we're not playing to our strengths. I think Trent.
Have we done anything to show, like, what has Gareth Southgate done at all to show you in these qualifiers or this World Cup that to suggest that we're not going to play pragmatic football?
That's the point. You know, we
will.
Look at the previous tournament in the World Cup. We relied heavily on a pragmatic style of football. We relied heavily on set pieces, and as soon as we played a team that can pass the ball around, we struggled. You know, that's what happened. And whether I agree with Jamie Carragher's points or not, I'm just putting the points out there so you can hear them, Quakes. So the pragmatic style that Gareth Southgate has historically played, I can't see him changing that, and he's not changing that. You've only got to look at the games in the last. Well, the 3 games in the last couple of weeks, we played teams that were far below our level, and at times.
And we played four at the back in some of those situations, which is fine because we will do that because obviously we have the talent to do that. But Trent Alexander-Arnold what's this? A Real Madrid player last night came out. I think it was Asensio, basically saying, or Lucas Vazquez was like, yeah, we were targeting in behind their wing backs, which is what people do against Liverpool because of the system they play. But it's what people will do against Trent Alexander-Arnold. And if it's Kylian Mbappe or Cristiano Ronaldo or João Felix at the back end of the competition running into those spaces,
you will play a world-class left winger. You will play a world-class winger at some point during, in international football in a tournament. That's the point that Gary Neville was trying to get at, and I think he was going for more because he didn't want to steal positions and take players that can play in multiple positions for their just their utility type. Players. He wanted to get players that he wanted 2 in each position. We're going on a rabbit hole anyway. I would suggest anyone that hasn't seen it, go watch the Monday Night Football video. It's like 30 minutes long. They both debate, go back at each other. It's quality watching. Now back to the Chelsea game, right? Tuchel, just to jump on what you said earlier, Louis. Tuchel this morning has confirmed that Kante, Abraham, and there was one more. Christian Pulisic are all available ahead of the game. Does that change either of your starting lineups? No. Okay.
I think Christian's available and probably will again. Tuchel loves him off the bench, so there could be something on that side of things. I don't know with Kante. It's probably in regard to how close he is with the tests. I mean, from my perspective, obviously, you know, we look at everything from the Chelsea view, but I think the most important player in this game is Pepe. If Pepe performs as he has been, I mean, he's been absolutely brilliant since he went to Porto, really. Well, I mean, brilliant for years, but particularly, you know, sound in the latter end of his career where we expect him maybe an off-turn in form. And if he's dominant, you know, like you say, maybe Olivier Giroud needs to come in and challenge that because there is that physical presence. But if he's dominant, it is going to be very, very hard to break them down. So we'll see how well he plays.
Let's go score predictions.
Can't wait. Let me just try and before, like with that, with Pepe, I feel like if we leave this tie being like the reason why Chelsea win these like Champions League games is because Pepe kind of stopped us, then we've got to look at ourselves. Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't go and beat this Porto team. Like, the Pepe has had, like, he's been rejuvenated, but we've got more than enough going forward to kind of to mitigate that and do our job and go through in this tie for sure.
Yeah, no,
okay. Well, just to wrap up the video, then let's go simple score predictions. What do we think?
I think 2-0.
2-0 to Chelsea.
Yeah, of course.
Going to predict the scorers?
Oh God, no! I don't
Werner
want to
double.
be put on the
Werner
spot
double.
like that. Yeah, like literally in my head, I'm like, team of Werner double. I want to see a Kai Havertz emergence and a hat trick from him, but
right, yeah.
No, it'll probably be like a Jorginho penalty, and Mason Mount again coming up clutch.
Okay, how about you, Quakes?
Yeah, probably go 2-0 or probably go 3-1. You know, I'm going 3-1. I'm not going to predict the scorers, but yeah, 3-1 Chelsea. I think it's going to be kind of comfortable for us.
Both solid results for you away from home, by the way. So yeah, okay, that's it then, guys. Kwaku and Louis are both very, very confident that they're going to pull away with a solid win in the Champions League.
What's your score prediction?
I'm going to go with 2-1 win to Chelsea. I think the tie's going to be wide open, and I think you'll look to bring it back to Stamford Bridge and you know, assert the dominance that British sides have really been doing this year, other than Liverpool, of course. But yeah, guys,
we love to see it.
That's 3 win predictions from us. What do you think about the game this week? Do you think Chelsea are going to win the game? Do you think Chelsea are going to get battered? Who's going to win the Champions League? Let us know in the comments anyway. But until in the meantime, thanks for joining us today, Louis. Quaker, as always, where can they find us?
On Instagram is at We Talk Football Podcast. On Twitter is WTF Podcast 90. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify. Make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe to our channel, and we'll be back with more videos in the next couple of days.
Peace.